Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Dungeon Guild Legends of Calberothe. I am your resident dungeon master, Seth Hurley, joined today and always by Jordan Horne as Alor.
Hello.
And Jahan VonTrapp as Yibs.
Greetings!
Last time, you guys arrived in Sloobludop and went and talked to the archpriest Plooplapine, or Ploop for short.
Ploops. Classic.
Of course. But
That's good.
yes, you guys conferred with him in the Cathedral of the Sea Mother, where he told you that he would be happy to loan his resources to helping you guys find the surface, but he was unable to leave the city at the moment because his goddess, the Sea Mother, had warned him that a major threat to the Quotoan race was emerging within the city. This warning came at the same time as his daughter's divergence from the church, where she started her own church, dedicated to someone known as the Deep Father. He employed the party to go try to investigate, and Alor, Yibs, Ront, Topsy, and Sereth all went to find out information about the Church of the Deep Father and saw his daughter, the Archpriestess, giving a public sermon, where she read the fates of Yibs and Alor. She's saying that Yibs would die in 7 months, and that Alor was already dead and shouldn't be here. This kind of sent her into a panic, and she ran off, where the party followed and ended up getting in a fight with the Archpriestess, her enforcer, and a new shadowy figure called Blackbird, who proved to be formidable foes until Alor and Yibs and Ront dispatched the enforcer, nearly finished off the Archpriestess, though before they could, Blackbird arrived with a seemingly apologetic yet compliant Topsy, who then vanished in the blink of an eye before Blackbird similarly used a dimension door on himself and the Archpriestess. And the aftermath, the remaining party members found Sereth dead in the alley and grabbed him, hoping to rush him to the Archpriest in time to save his life. And that's where we are now. The three of you rushing through the streets of Sloobludop. I'll see you guys arrive at the doors of the Cathedral of the Sea Mother.
Yeah, rush up the steps, open the door for them.
Yibs is gonna scream out, "Sanctuary! Sanctuary!"
You see, there are some Quotoa in here who all whip their heads around and see you brought in this dying drow. And like they did last time you guys showed up, they all quickly shuffle out. And you see Plooplapine kind of rushes up to you guys. What happened?
Please help, he's my friend.
Okay, bring him over here. You see he kind of brings you over to a pew. Lay him down on this.
Alright, I'll lay his head and Rond will lay the rest of his body on this pew.
Alright, yeah, you guys put him down. You see he kind of waves the end of his staff over Sereth's body, and you see this like watery energy emanating from the tip of his staff before he taps on like his head and then his chest and then on his head again, and Sereth gasps awake and sits up. This isn't...
Sereth!
Oh, I'm alive.
Yibs is gonna clasp his hands together and then touch Sereth's chest to pump in a cure wounds into this guy.
You see, the energy, you see it kind of heal some of his scrapes. Thank you, Yibs. I appreciate it.
Oh my god. I'm so glad you're okay. Jeez.
What happened?
Oh man.
I tried to catch up with I caught up with Turvy, or excuse me, whichever one, Topsy, and I was telling her that we should hide, but then that, a figure with green eyes and a cloak, I'm sure you're all familiar, dropped down on us from the sky and swiped his sword at me, and then I am here.
One hit, huh?
It was a big hit. I mean, it must have been. I died.
I'm gonna look over at Plublopine. Thank you for saving him.
Of course, but what happened to all of you?
It was your daughter.
No.
We found your daughter. We found her giving her sermon, and she was giving out, what was it? She's telling people how they died or when they died.
Dark portents of your death date.
And when she read Yibbs, she told him he'd be dead in 7 months. And when she read me, she told me I was dead already and I shouldn't be here. And then she kind of seemed to freak out. Left. Followed her, though. Probably shouldn't have done that, though.
We follow her into an alleyway. She's talking with a mysterious black hooded figure. We ready up around her, trying to listen in. I send in one of him, and I pop up Illusory Yibbs to prove my point.
Oh.
Once I send in Illusory Yibbs to try to ascertain the situation, the black hooded figure, your daughter's enforcer, immediately goes on the offensive and kills my duplicate, tries to kill the rest of us. It's an all-out fight.
That's terrible. I'm sorry that this happened to you. My daughter has never been prone to violence of this sort. I'm not sure what's becoming of her. But
Archpriest, I must be honest with you. In the fight, we did significant damage to her. Nothing serious. She'll make it through, especially if she's as strong as she was in the fight, but
She got away.
we did hurt her, and for that I am sorry. It was not our intention.
I understand. She is not herself currently. If you hadn't fought back, I'm sure that you would have been dead.
Do you know who that... Lord, you don't happen to have some way to show what he looked like, do you? Some kind of illusion?
Actually, let's see. What's the limitations on that? Prestidigitation, non-magical trinket, or an illusionary image that can fit in my hand. Yeah, Alor holds up her hand and plays a little evil tune on her lute, and some nice accompanying music for this mysterious figure pops up as he sweeps onto her hand as a little 3D scale.
A perfect 3D hologram NFT appears.
Yeah, here you go. Hold it out.
But yes, I've heard reports of this green-eyed figure in the shadows of the city, but no, I haven't interacted with them myself.
You heard anything about them?
Not specifically. It seems that he tends to work in the shadows. Not many tales about him, which only leads me to more dark thoughts of how interactions with him may typically end.
So he's not necessarily, like, always been with your daughter. This may be a recent thing.
Perhaps. I'd have to think about when he may have popped up first, but to think that they are related, I suppose, does limit the amount of mysteries to the town, which is thankful, I suppose.
He was practically ordering her around. I mean, he could order anybody around. He was powerful, but she seemed to listen, if upsettedly.
I see. So perhaps it's him we should be after rather than her. I suppose this is good news, though if there's someone that strong able to possess the mind of my daughter, this is concerning.
Alor, he got you a couple times with his sword, right?
He got me once.
I forgot
about that.
I'm gonna pop open my my, like, shirt and show this wound on my chest.
Yeah, Alor opens her jacket and shows the wound that he hit her with, too.
Yeah, Ron pops his shirt, too,
Yeah.
shows his stab wound.
All of us open our shirts. It's a great picture.
We're like the cover of the Swimsuit Monthly. Sloobludop, illustrated.
You see, he looks at it.
We're all lifting up our shirts.
Does appear to be some kind of cursed blade, but I believe that a night's sleep should remedy its effects. It seems to be more short-term to get a job done quicker.
He stood on the air. He was insanely powerful.
Interesting.
I don't even know if we all jumped him at once, we could take him.
I can't. We shouldn't bring more of them into this.
Nibs will shake his head in agreement.
If you are in need of more reinforcements, should you be willing to continue this fight, I could send you with my son.
You have a son?
I do. He is an enforcer of this church, of the Cathedral of the Sea Mother.
And he'd be okay with that?
He's perhaps, it's not a contest, but he's similarly quite devastated at his sister's betrayal.
I see no reason in telling the guy why he can't join us, but we gotta talk about this, Gibbs.
She, for better or for worse, I think that we might be in this now. She has not just one of our friends, but two of our friends.
Another one gone.
Both brother and sister taken.
But he kills this one.
Sarah, why?
That's what I'm wondering. Seems that...
Yves is gonna look over and go, look at the guy.
It seems that there was attempted killing of all of you, except for her.
He stabbed her.
Did
didn't
he?
There was a knife wound. She got a knife thrown at her.
But when he came back, she was, like, standing still and fine. Is it to do with Turvey's,
Condition?
Condition.
I don't know.
What is, if I may ask, what is his condition?
Yes.
Do you know of the Moon, Archfather?
I'm not familiar.
Oh. Do you know of... I forget, did we coin the term werewolves, or did we just say, like, lycanthrope?
I think both probably exist.
Alright, then I'll say, do you know of lycanthropes?
I believe we have some documentation of these things. Yes, people who randomly turn into lupine creature about once a month.
Yves is gonna store away the word randomly and go, yes, ignore what I said about the moon earlier. Yes, he was one of those, randomly occurring creature of bestial intent.
Could they use that?
Perhaps as an enforcer, but it seems too inconsistent to need...
He's just a boy, isn't he?
And then why would he need her, too? Yeah.
Did she go with him?
You mean, did she go with them to save us?
They
Did
left.
Strike a
He,
deal?
Gibbs, he left you. He left you standing there.
He could have finished me off.
Why didn't he? Why didn't he kill you and Ron?
She had to have said something to him, bargained her life for ours.
That's one theory. Could also be that, I don't know, maybe they were called... I don't think they were called back. I think this guy might be in charge. I don't know. He's tough.
I wouldn't be the type to go quietly, but if he wanted me the same way
He
that he
told me
wants
to.
Topsy and Turbsy, he could have just grabbed me.
Yeah, I don't get it, but I guess we're gonna have to at some point, hopefully.
Much to think about, but please, I encourage you to get rest.
How are we gonna tell everyone?
I'll do it.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Yeah, you guys make your way back into the basement, into like the bunk area. Yeah, everyone else is there.
Yibs is gonna make sure to put his shirt back on the stairs down.
Yeah, Ron puts his shirt on.
Alor puts her shirt back on.
Okay.
I'll leave the little collar unbuttoned though.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
What could have happened up there?
Who are you trying to impress?
Me. Alor's had a long day. She's getting ready to go drink herself to sleep.
Yeah.
Taking off her tie at the end of a long day.
All right, perfect. Yeah, you get down there. Let's see. Where's my list? Who is left? Down there is Jimjar, Boopido, Prince, and Shushar.
Hey, guys.
Oh, you're all back. Well, I suppose you're not. Is everyone okay?
No. Bad news. When searching for Turvy, we may have overextended in our search. We ran into someone who is way past our pay grade. This individual who is working for the cult that we believe took Turvy, or maybe the cult is working for him, he beat the hell out of us and took Topsy and killed Sereth. But we managed to resurrect Sereth. He's alive and breathing, thankfully, but Turvy and Topsy are gone.
You see they all kind of hang their heads. Prince will speak up. So what exactly happened?
We tracked down the figurehead, the speaker of the cult, and after stealthily following her to a discreet meeting she was having with this shadowy figure, we got a little bit too zealous in our search for information and were spotted and attacked. This attack nearly wiped all of us out. We only survived due to him just leaving with Topsy, who he had taken.
He took her.
Nearly unharmed. We're thinking he may have a reason for taking both of them beyond just they were there.
Did you catch any of what their church is about? You see Jimjar is kind of coming over, sitting down near you guys.
Yeah. Alor, you want to field that one?
The Deep Father?
Yeah.
I don't know. Their power was, all of their power looked the same. It's all orange. It all...
Or
They were linked by some kind of magical energy that was really fucking us up.
interesting. I'll say it. You guys remember from the sermon that the archpriestess was promising to like read people's fates to through the Deep Father change them.
Change it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's weird. She didn't even... it's so weird. She offered to read our fates. Did we mention that?
No, you didn't.
So, we went to her sermon. Like, he told us she'd be there. When we got there, she was preaching to everyone that she could read their fates, and that the Deep Father could change them.
I see. But then why kidnap some people and try to kill you?
Turvy didn't get read, did she? Or Topsy? Yeah.
She did not.
And honestly, Alor was the most interesting one at the reading. Gibbs is gonna give her a little elbow and go, Alor's dead, don't you know?
Yeah, I'm dead.
You and Sarah look you look pretty alright, all things considered then. Both of you being dead.
Yeah, tell that to the Deep Father.
According to him, Alor's dead as a doornail.
Which doesn't make any sense, because I'm pretty sure you'd try to sell someone you're telling they're already dead your cure. But...
Right.
Yeah, they wanted to make it true.
Okay, but this doesn't change anything. We came here to rescue one person from them, and now, same thing, just another person.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's just gonna be a little trickier than we thought.
Yeah.
You're a purveyor of, well, I won't say like secretive things, but you seem to know your way around this place. You wouldn't happen to know of this guy. And Yibs is going to point towards Alor's hand, like at her side.
Alor is sitting there with nothing.
I know, but he's pointing at your hand.
Right. Snap open the image.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
No, I've never seen this person before.
Even better.
Prince?
I haven't, but I'm not from here.
I know, it was a Hail Mary.
I'd say looking at it, that's interesting.
Hmm.
His eyes, they've got these crosshairs. I hadn't seen eyes like that before. But
Crosshairs?
yeah, you see, looking at his image,
Zoom in hands.
that, his eyes, they do appear to have these crosshairs in them.
Do you think it could be a pair of goggles?
Right, yeah, but I don't...
Do you think they're magic?
I think they just might. You see, Prince speaks up.
Yet I remember from my time in Gauntlegrim that the dwarven miners would wear goggles that helped them see in the mines.
They must not be able to see in the dark normally.
This was no dwarf, but maybe.
I think they had an adjustable strap.
Did they size up to me?
Yeah, you guys, he was taller, but you guys weren't too dissimilar in height.
I'm pretty tall. He was about the same size as me. I guess the closest I got to him was when I punched him and when I grabbed him and hooked him to the floor. Did I get any hints on, like, I don't know, who or what he might be in the tussle?
Unfortunately,
No.
yeah, you do, I guess, clock that he is dressed specifically to conceal that information.
Yeah.
You punched him pretty hard. At least he's not a warforged. Yibs doesn't know what a warforged is.
Yibs glances into the future.
Or the past.
Listen, this guy's strong. This guy would kill probably most of the people in this room as easy as he killed Sarah. Which was with one hit.
It was a really powerful hit.
And it was Seraph. So don't let that temper your information too much.
It had to be a very powerful hit. Alright, about Alor's height. No dark vision. Magic.
They had a lute. They were playing it with one hand. On their
Bard,
head.
that's right.
An unconventional bard at that. Very interesting. Okay.
I thought I got him right at the start of the fight. He used his lute for his spells, so I thought to cast silence. But he was able to use his sword to stop my spell. I've never even seen that.
Counterspell.
Yeah,
Would I know what
that was crazy.
It's a strong spell.
Alor, go ahead and give me a Arcana or History check.
Arcana or History? Guess what? Alor is better at history.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
She's been reading.
Good for you.
Alor knows how to read, but she only reads so far in the pages. She's a skimmer. It's an 11.
I'd say
Didn't read that.
you know this. It takes you a minute, but you know Counterspell's not a bard spell.
Yeah. Hey, that's not on my spell list. I can't do that. That's my Jordan knows which spell list Counterspell is on.
Jahan has a couple ideas. He's thinking
Yeah.
Blood Hunter.
I think you're right. You know, if they've made a pact with this Deep Father, he could be going off that.
A warlock. Bard.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm just thinking about that Deep Father because they all their energy had the same power. But
What's the difference between a warlock and a cleric? Yibs is gonna think to himself.
But, okay, so...
All this means is that we need to come up with a plan to beat him. You remember how we beat our last major encounter? Mosque was nothing compared to our master plan. If we can just think something up, if we can ascertain a weakness and strike where it hurts, we can take him.
We need to do this smarter. We rushed in. We got over our heads. We need recon. We need to gather intel. We need to figure out who this is. We need to figure out who we're dealing with.
So, let's run it down. He needs his loot to cast spells, except for that one countered spell that he used with his sword, I think.
He also hit you with Mind Spike with his sword.
Okay, he can hit me. His spells are kind of out there, but his primary spellcasting focus is his loot, which can be stopped by silencing it or simply shattering it, but I doubt that the loot would be easy to hit. His sword prevents healing after it strikes, meaning that the best option is to simply try to avoid hits more than having a central tank.
Yeah, I don't think your idea of silencing him was wrong, but I think maybe he isn't the target of it exactly. Maybe we could put it on something that we could carry or bring in and move.
Wait, that's a great idea. If I silence on an arrow, say, then that's completely silent until Jimjar fires it into the situation. He can't counter a spell if it's already made.
Already up, yeah.
That's not bad. That could work.
It's clever thinking.
What next? His
rapier.
Evasiveness. Yeah, that's also fair.
Somebody, if we can get the jump on him like we did last time, which I don't know if we'll get that chance again, but if we could, the first thing that would be the first thing we'd need to go for, other than the loot. But if with the arrow, the loot buys time.
Did he bleed? Did we ever see blood?
I punched him.
That was really cool.
I did stab him.
If we saw blood, then maybe my thought process is we need some way to debilitate him, because he's way too strong to take head on at full power. But if we can load him full of 5 poison arrows, then eventually he's going to have to stop.
What if we went out and we found some good restraints?
I mean, the problem with that is we just have to catch him first. And I'm going to pull out my lightly green glowing rope of entanglement and go, he dodged this, which is not an easy feat. And he dodged it, passively. I think we need to, wear him down and then snare him.
Okay. What if we led him somewhere?
I like that. If we can get him into an area, if we can have him fight on our terms.
We could lead him somewhere where we could have the silence arrow on the jump ready, but we'd need somewhere to contain him. Probably anti-magic if we can, or we need that loot, and if he's a warlock, he has some way to cast magic that isn't related to his loot. He could cast a teleportation spell.
Yeah, that was the most... Wait, I'm gonna look at Alor and Ron. Did you guys notice, did he strum his lute before he did that?
I think he might have. I couldn't tell.
Can you make a history check?
Yeah, go for it.
Alor might have been knocked out.
I was knocked out.
Damn it. Come on, then, Yib. Oh, fuck. That's a 4 on the history. Yibs was seeing stars.
Yibs was, preoccupied.
Do I remember if that's on the bar? I don't know what... Do you know what spell he used?
Yibs gonna give a big shrug.
Since, that I don't know if that thing's usually supposed to be a secret. I think it's usually announced when he does a spell. He used Dimension Door on himself and the Archpriestess.
Do I know that does Alor know if Dimension Door is within a bard's capabilities?
You know that it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe my dad could do that. No?
And if your dad could do it, then it could be a bardic thing. The silence maneuver might be able to take that offline then.
Okay.
He just doesn't know what the term offline means for multiple reasons. Yeah, we could do that. Try to stop him from getting away.
And then we interrogate him?
I don't know about interrogation.
I mean, what are you proposing? We have a nice chat.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna talk to us. I think we just capture him, strip him of all of his weapons and clothes, keep him in a silence, and then wait for the Archpriestess to come to us, because she'll need him.
I feel like we need to figure out where Topsy and Turvy are.
Yeah.
And what if we catch him and we wait too long and they're dead?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I just feel like he's not going to be easy to capture. I have a spell. Now, this is going to be tricky to explain as Yibs, because I don't know how Yibs would treat a wisdom save. Yibs is going to explain to the best of his ability. I have something that makes it so if I choose one of us, then whenever he tries to hurt that person, he has to succeed a wisdom save or lose the attack. I know he's agile. I know he's dexterous, but I don't know if he can keep making wisdom saves. I think we can maybe hit his mental, because he's way stronger physically.
Alor is gonna narrow her eyes a little bit, and then, if he isn't that good at if it turns out I can also cast what I cast on that handler, the guy who I made laugh really hard, that's also wisdom based.
That would be crazy, yeah. I have a couple of things that could target his wisdom. Whole person could do that, but I think even still, we need to make the first thing... Well, the first thing is the silence in an area of our choosing. Then we need to chock him full of poison. Does anybody have anything that could be good at disarming? Like getting the rapier out of his hands? Jimjar? Boopido?
I mean, I can take his hands.
No, you
try,
can't, dude.
One of us could take it from him on the ground, waiting. A couple of us could jump him.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
And if, however we set it up, we could have a couple fighters on the ground with him, couple fighters in the air watching us, and we, lead him somewhere. We have somewhere to contain him set up there already. We get him there, we shoot in the silence arrow, we ambush him, we get his stuff, restrain him, and hopefully it goes as planned.
One of our problems with the last one was we were too spread out. We normally, like for Mosk, half of us being vertical and half of us being grounded was great.
Yeah.
But this guy can, fly.
He
steps up to you and takes you out, and I can't touch him.
That's why I think maybe keep most of us on the ground in his concentration and only have our people, a couple, someone with the silence arrow and, a couple backup who step in if I think we should only call in backup if the plan fails.
My thought, and this might just kind of lead to the blender, but what if we get him inside? What if we lock the door?
We could find maybe somewhere, indoors.
That takes away his like, hovering, but
could
it means
try.
we're all in the line of fire.
But depends on where we can find, though.
Yeah. Do we think the trick I used with Shore Vandry back in the jail, do you think that it might work on him? If he needs those goggles to see, do you think I could...
Maybe the goggles will
pull up a thing of light.
Like, backfire on it?
Because Shore could see in the dark, so if you throw light in his face, then it's overstimulating. This guy might be the same thing if he needs goggles to see in the dark.
That makes sense to me.
We could try it.
Can anybody else here cast light?
I think you two are the only casters we've got.
Damn. I guess the archpriest or his son could probably do it, assuming his son isn't like, I don't know, a artificer.
Don't be ridiculous.
I know. It sounds crazy coming out of my mouth. Get him inside, flashlight at him, shoot a silence arrow in to cut off his bardic spells, then load him full of poison till he drops. It's not a bad plan, but...
It sounds like a good plan.
It only assumes that it's just him. If he comes in with one or two of those big guys, or even the archpriestess, then we're gonna be in trouble.
We should...
That could be who our
try
backup
to-
focuses on.
You're not wrong.
But-
Hey, Prince.
Yeah,
You're an eelhound right now.
right.
But you were that big, like, scary, like, beast before. Quaggoth, right?
Right.
Do you think you could, like, pick something else?
Oh, yeah, I could. Certainly could.
Okay, maybe if we find something strong, some kind of strong monster, we could put
Some
Prince on
kind
it.
of strong adversary.
I don't know if Prince can do, like,
People?
people.
Prince, can
So
you
far,
do
he's-
people?
Just done.
Never tried.
Allure raises her eyebrows.
Yibs will go, alright, shelve that for later. If anybody finds any strong monsters, or I guess strong people, but I don't know if that'll work.
I mean, I guess
Could try and...
the thing's only come off when it died.
You see, he kind of tries scratching at the back of it with his hind leg.
I don't know if it even comes off.
To
So
be
you
fair...
think you have to die first?
Maybe. I mean, one of you could try taking it off. See if, I don't know, maybe if the drows at Valkenvelf were just doing it wrong.
Yibs is gonna look over at Alor and give her like a... You wanna try it?
You know what? You're... Allure does want to take an opportunity to inspect it more thoroughly because she didn't get a good look at it the last time. I think Yibs was the one who got the better look at it.
Yeah.
I did indeed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and inspect his collar.
Yeah, he sits and, like, stretches his neck so that you can come take a good look at it. Looking at the piece of armor, it seems to be made of this, like, black metal with gold accents. You see pieces of, like, elvish and dwarvish aesthetic sensibilities kind of mixed into it. You remember Prince saying that it was a project he and King Hethrodaya had worked on together, Dwarven King. But yeah, looking at it, you see, yeah, it has like a feather design on the back. It looks like a like raven's head with two wings stretching up and two wings folding down coming from it.
Yeah, right at the back there. That's where one of the feathers pokes into my neck. Like right into my brainstem.
Yibs is horrified at that thought.
Right in the brainstem, huh?
Yeah.
Don't you need that? Yibs is going to walk over to the collar.
Allure's gonna get up.
Can I try? You want me to try and pop it off?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Go insane, man. You know.
Alright, does Yibs have to make like a sleight of hand?
Your brainstem at risk.
No, if you want to take it off, I guess, are you trying to take it off?
Yeah.
Yeah, you find like the latch and you see it kind of clasps on like one of those metal ones where you like have to fold it over and then squeeze it closed. I'm not describing it well, but if like a lunchbox, I guess. Like an old lunchbox lock, but with royal, elven, and dwarvish aesthetic sensibilities.
Gotcha.
But as you kind of pull the latch, you feel the thing go slack, and a 12. Okay. Yeah, as you do it, Prince snaps his head around and tries to bite you on your face, Yibs. The Gorget clatters to the ground, and there is an eelhound in the room.
Monster!
Why didn't we think of the fact that there was an eelhound on the other side of this?
It's this. I didn't think it would still be around. What the hell?
Grab it. Rope.
He's
Rope! Snare!
Snare, what's it gotta do?
It's gotta beat a DC 15 dex save.
DC 15 dex save. Alright. It's got a +3 to those.
Fuck me.
That is a 7. Yeah, the rope wraps around this eelhound and restrains it. Yeah, you see it snarling and squirming in its restraints.
Yeah.
If we had like 4 of these, we could take that guy.
You see, Boopido's got his war pick, and Jimjar's got his crossbow out, ready to fight this.
Boopido's got his war pick
put
to
the
like
collar back on
throat.
it.
All right.
This is not only our friend Prince in this collar, and we want him to be able to talk to us, but we also, this is a very valuable weapon.
Yeah, you see Boopido put his war
collar.
pick back on his hip. It is true, but I mean, what happens if just someone else takes it off and it just lets loose on us?
Then we'll put it down. But right now, we're safe.
Yibs is looking at the collar.
Yeah, you see, on the inside, it's mostly smooth black metal. But you see, where it would meet with your brainstem, there is looks like I don't know what the, technical term is, but the stem of a feather poking out.
You don't think I should just
I don't-
go back?
I mean, so the question I had is the eelhound does look like it's still alive, still okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem hurt.
It survived it.
I can't speak eelhound. He was just sizing the collar up. Do you think...
I'm not putting it on.
Well, yeah, no, not you.
I suppose better test it before we need to, while we're all...
Yibs is gonna look down at the feather and go, and like rub the back of his bald head and go, it has easy access to my brain.
Yeah, go for it, Yibs.
Alor, if it, wait, and then take it off, and then you take it off, and then you put it on the eel again, right?
Yeah.
Alor, yeah?
Yeah.
Yibs is gonna
That's the
kind
plan.
of nervously stick out a pinky finger.
I'm not gonna leave the collar on you.
Lad, we're not gonna let... I don't think he would, but we're not gonna let Prince steal your body.
Yibs' pinky finger is just wiggling in the air.
If we really have to, we could kill you, and then the collar will fall off, and then we'll have the archpriest just bring you back. He's good at it. I feel almost exactly the same.
Almost.
Almost.
Dude, we're cool. We were cool for 1 second there. I need to
We
get
are-
through to you, man.
We are cool. I just said we'd save you.
Alright, Yibs. Lord Pinky swears him that she will not leave him in Prince's control.
Yibs looks like legitimately like a 50-pound weight was just lifted from his shoulders. Oh, thank God. Okay.
Good stuff.
And
Jordan.
Yibs is going to start putting this collar onto his neck.
Yeah, as soon as the latch closes, Yibs, you turn off you're gone.
Now just remember, don't let him say the command word to let the eel hound, and then it's gone.
Yeah, you see kind of the way Yib stands change a little bit. You see he almost looks like a little, just ever so slightly taller.
Ooh.
That's harsh, because Yib stands on his heels.
He instantly knows how to use his posture just a little bit better.
You see as soon as, his posture straightens up ever so slightly, but then immediately they stumble. You see Gibbs look down at his hands, down at his feet, and takes some wobbly steps.
Prince?
I suppose I haven't walked on two legs in a little while.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Every time we do this thing, part of me convinces myself it's not gonna work. Part of me convinced myself that this was just not gonna work, but here we are. It works.
I'm so glad that it does work. The moment it stops, I would not exist anymore.
Is he talking with Yibs' voice?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it works on people.
It works on people.
And I would know that it does consider him people. I helped build it. It connects to anything. Anything with a soul.
Anything with a soul, huh?
Yeah. Or anything that could hold
Damn.
a soul, rather. I suppose it doesn't need to have one currently.
Shit, I was just about to roll an ego dice.
But, yeah. So, it works on people. That's great news.
Okay.
He looks down at the eelhound snarling and writhing around, slapping its tail on the ground. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Forgot about that part.
I mean, you're much more of a civilized eelhound than this one.
I'd like to think so. But wow. He kind of grabs the statuette and tries to shake it like Yibs does, but nothing happens. Oh.
He can't do Mara?
He, cleric magic is about belief. It's not his goddess.
Mara just sends a fucking thunderbolt as soon as she's like, hey, wait, my Yibs stopped believing in me.
My Yibs connection went dead.
Where's my Yibs?
Yibs stopped believing in me and is gay now. What happened?
Yeah, now.
But, okay, so now should we get Yibs back? Should we take this off?
Yeah, let's switch you back.
Yeah, you see, he reaches back and undoes the latch and holds it in his hands, and Yibs, you're back in. You're holding the collar.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Okay, when are we gonna do it? Did we do it?
Yeah. It worked.
It was him?
The prince.
Ooh. How long was I out?
2-3 minutes.
Cool. Was he like, this is the best body I've ever had?
He said he hasn't walked on 2 legs in a really long time.
Can't take that from you.
Yeah, so, you're his first in a while.
Yibs is gonna blush. Cool. Well, let me throw him back on this, eel.
Dog.
Feels bad going from person to dog.
Maybe we can find him something more person-y? That feels wrong.
Yeah, Yibs is gonna give a big, single eyebrow raise, despite the fact that he doesn't have eyebrows.
Yeah, that just doesn't... Maybe a good person-y monster.
Okay, what's a monster, though? And Yibs is gonna kind of, do a point at himself. Am I a monster, O Lord? I'm a goblin.
You're a little guy. You're just a goblin.
Instantly... You know the default Lego head, the original Lego head? Yibs is gonna pull one of those, as Alor says, you're just a little guy.
You're a little guy. And Alor squats down, takes the collar. She puts it on the writhing eelhound, clips it on.
It immediately goes from trying to bite you to just laying still and like looks up at you with one eye that's not facing the floor.
See, the eelhound, the one that was trying to eat my face, that's the monster, Yibs.
Would you mind? You see, wiggles a little bit.
Yeah. Release.
It returns to your hand, and he stands up and stretches, upward dog, downward dog, shakes himself out.
I don't love that this is more familiar.
But I was cooler, right?
Oh, I mean, you were certainly the most unique. I have a tail now, but upright with a tail and all the energy and everything, it was refreshing.
He's gonna look back at my tail.
Yeah, his tail's out. Tucks it in his pants.
It's pretty good. Okay, well, that's a good thought. We could maybe get Prince on something strong.
Say, Yibs, give me insight.
Ooh, I'm insightful. I make many a good point. That's an 8.
Right. You just feel a little pinprick in the back of your neck.
Ow. Wait, ow. Alor. And I'm gonna turn around. Is my brain out? Is it?
Yeah, you check the back of his neck, you just see like a little dot of blood.
Oh my god. I can feel myself getting dumber.
I'm so sorry.
Yibs is going to lay down.
To lay him down, his brain will... He has to stay standing up. His brain's up.
Yibs is gonna lay down, face down, so that his brain hole is facing up. Yibs is just still laying
I
down.
think we should all take a nap. I'm pretty beat up.
Yibs goes, yeah.
Tomorrow we'll all go look out for Miss Topsy, Mr. Turvy. Exactly right.
Yibs is gonna pull out Mara and hold her and go, I swear on my goddess, and then kind of like slam the bottom onto the floor. He's still laying down.
Not on a bed.
No, on the ground. We're gonna get them back.
All right. Sooner we hit the hay, sooner we can be out. All right. Yeah, you guys go ahead and take a long rest. Heal your unhealable wounds.
My brain, it's save.
Yeah, you guys
Anyways.
take your long rest, and you
Thank God.
wake up the next day.
Good morning.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
I know, anyone could have passed away.
Seraph?
He rolls over in his bunk. He's like, what?
Okay, I'm glad you're still alive.
I'm on the fence.
This guy.
What a cut up.
Alor, are you awake?
Yeah.
Hi, Alor.
Is everyone up?
Yeah, looking around, it looks like everyone's either getting up. You see some people are like putting their boots on and everything. Looks like pretty much everyone's gotta start on the day.
Hey guys, alright, what are we up to?
Yeah, you see Shushar kind of comes down the stairs into the bunkhouse. He's like, perfect. I think today you guys are meeting up with the Archpriest's son, and whatever amount of you are going out investigating, he's going to join you.
All right.
Okay.
Sidebar. How about once we establish who's going, let's narrow down maybe what we're going for first. Like, Yeah, but are we just looking for more stuff about this cult? I don't remember.
We need to find where its base of operations is. Or does Pluplapine know that? Did they know where they, like, congregate? If not, just in the main square of town?
He knew that they go give sermons every day, but they might not be giving sermons after what we did.
Yeah, we kind of might have driven them into hiding a little bit.
We could still go check, but maybe we should send not us.
Yeah.
If you want, I could go do some sneaking around. See Jimjar putting his jacket on and everything.
Yeah, just know if they're still giving the sermons still.
Alright. I'll do recon, I won't, be jumping in or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And ask around if there's don't go to it, but ask around if there's a second location, like if they have a main church or something.
Alright. Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright.
Thank you, buddy. Gibbs will give a tiny salute while he's yawning.
Be careful.
Yeah, I might just watch from a rooftop or something. I may not actually go get in there.
Don't probably get involved, especially since I don't know if this Blackbird person is just constantly with or going to be with, but we should take it as they could be.
Yeah.
Good point. But, alright, I'll report back to you tonight.
Alright.
Yeah, he grabs his crossbow and he makes his way out of the bunkhouse.
Blessings of Mara upon thee.
And to you.
Alright,
You'll get up and start stretching. What are we up to, Alor?
I guess Jimdar's figuring that out. Do we have a plan? Like,
to
once
find
we...
Topsy and Turvy?
Once we figure out where they are, do we expect to just bust in there guns blazing? Because I don't think that's gonna get us far.
If it's if they have a kind of ramshackle church at the edge of town, then we'll probably stealth our way in. But if they have a great cathedral, maybe we try and sneak our way in as a congregate.
I'm wondering if they're utilizing those tunnels.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. I'm most concerned about it might be far, far away, because dude was teleporting them around.
Yeah, but part of me wonders if that was getting out, or just leaving because whatever Topsy said.
You see Prince uncurls at the foot of his bed.
They could be somewhere else, but they did bring Turvy here.
Here?
To Sloobludop. So the base of operations may not even be what we're after.
I mean, I can I'll look around. So Jimjar just left to go do some scouting.
Yeah.
Is Shushar around?
Yeah, Shushar's still in here.
Yeah, I'm down here. What's up?
Hey, so you know this place, right?
Yeah, I haven't been here for a few years, but I know it well enough, I think.
Okay, so I was thinking of going down to grab some supplies for the ambush. You wouldn't happen to know where to buy those?
Yeah, I'd say, we got a marketplace.
Alright, I'll need a couple of things. Probably, if I could grab some paper from Alor, I'll make a list.
Yeah, or digs into her purse, past stool.
The paper's so wet.
Here you go.
Oh no, I didn't even think about that. That's fucked up.
I dig into my alternate bag that does not have stool in it, and that has my better stuff. And I give him a non-soaked page.
Here, I thought your composition notebook would be ruined. Thank God.
No, I let him have half of it.
You split it down the middle.
It's my pocket.
He likes it.
I look at the waterlogged page covered in Stool's beautiful fungal drawings. Okay, yeah, Yibs is gonna take that list, or take that paper, start writing up a list. Who wants to go shopping?
I mean, it shouldn't be dangerous, right? I'm not going to get thrown through a wall
again.
As long
I mean,
as...
hopefully not.
Yeah. Merchants here seem okay, probably, right?
I've never been thrown
Just
through a wall by a
don't
merchant.
steal.
There you go.
I won't steal. Okay, we'll do the shopping.
All right, but I have to let you guys know before we start any kind of like walking around plan. I have this revolutionary new idea.
All right. Pitch it.
I don't know if you've heard of it before. It's called the buddy system.
Shushar raises his hand.
Yes? Question.
What if you don't have any of those?
Well, you could just ask to get one.
He raises his hand again.
Mhm.
Field's open. Let's hear it.
What if I don't want any of those?
I'm afraid that's a no can do, compadre. You're gonna need one if you're gonna be walking around.
Okay.
Unless you want to get thrown through a wall again.
No, that's...
That'll probably happen if you don't have a buddy.
Okay, I don't want to be thrown through a wall.
See?
So,
Systematic.
Boopito.
Who's your buddy? Who are you picking? Everybody needs one. You can have one buddy.
Yeah, Boopito stands up and walks over to Sarah. I'll go with him.
Perfect.
See? You have a buddy.
Yeah, he'll protect you.
Yeah, I killed a guy with a war pick.
See?
Jesus. That's your motivational quote?
I'm strong. I can defend.
Yeah, I think this is a perfectly good pitch.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yibs is gonna look at Alor specifically very concerned.
You can protect the guy.
Alright, yeah.
Like I protected you with my war pick.
See?
Yeah, hey, thanks. Yeah, great idea.
Seraph will be in good hands.
Boopito holds Sarah's hand.
Yeah, that's good. That's good buddy systems thinking.
The system works.
That honestly makes Yibs feel like legitimately a little more relieved.
They're holding hands.
Yeah. Yibs like actually takes a little bit of breath like, okay.
Have fun, you two.
Here. And Yibs is going to give them a list.
And their allowance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and like $7. Or 7 gold, I should say. The list will be a beautiful illustrated diagram of a dagger, a couple caltrops, some fishing line, some lanterns, and then the word net hastily scribbled at the bottom.
Just looking at your list here, I think you could probably get the rope, the fishing line, and the nets down by the fishing docks.
Ooh, good idea. Yeah, all right. We can look for Kabi and get some rope.
All right. Okay, so rope, no, knives, caltrops. Okay. All right.
It's all pretty easy to parse, I think.
No, it's good. Okay, well,
Thanks.
me and my new buddy will be back.
Oh, and if there's any good like arrows there, snag those up.
Good arrows.
Oh, great point.
Keep an eye out for good arrows.
Something cool.
Poisoned.
Yeah, poison.
Or maybe like on fire.
Poison arrows. Do you want to draw a picture of that, Yibs, so I don't forget?
Yibs is going to like draw an arrow and then like a big like drip of like a black like watery substance.
Then he sneezes on it.
Yeah. Shit, that's better. He's gonna pick his nose and stick a booger onto the tip of his drawn arrow.
Okay.
Poison.
He'll be back, hopefully. And the two of them head off.
They grow up so fast.
Yibs is gonna look over at Alor. They walked out holding hands. I think they're gonna be okay.
I think those kids are gonna be alright. Yeah.
But
Alright, who do we have left?
yeah, who else is buddying up?
I can protect Shushar. You see Prince will go sit next to Shushar.
pat him on the head.
Good idea.
All right, Shushard, could you maybe recon at the temple, catch up with everyone here?
Like ask around and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. I'll see what I can do.
All right.
All right. So Jim Jar is on reconnaissance for the Archpriestess. Shushar is going to be on reconnaissance looking for any comings and goings, I guess. They can be a buddy system. Well, maybe. We'll have to find Jim Jar a buddy once he gets back. But by then all the good buddies will be taken.
It's okay, we'll figure it out.
Wait, speaking of, and Yib's going to raise his hand.
Yes, Yibs.
I call Ron.
Damn it, I was gonna call Ron.
I wanted Boopy though.
He's going to look at Ron quizzically.
Guy has a war pick.
I don't really know what his deal is. I haven't gotten to talk to him much.
Okay, you can have Boopito if you want, but he looked pretty happy with Sarah.
I couldn't break him up.
I guess I'm gonna stick with you guys and I'll go with Jim Jar when he comes back.
Yeah, alright, I suppose that works.
Gibbs is like, okay, well, I don't know if a 3-person buddy is gonna work, but I guess we'll figure it out.
It's your system.
It's not in my design specs.
I feel like you could let it slide if you want.
You could just
Oh, I mean, I could, stay here while you guys
no. I mean,
Yeah.
You should buddy up with Stool.
Oh, and Alor opens her bag.
He needs a buddy.
He always has a buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so Alor and Stool are buddies. Stool, you gotta watch Alor's back.
I'll try.
Alright, now we have 2 sets of 2 buddies. The system works. Yibs is gonna... Alright, so are we all going down to the docks, or where are we headed?
I guess.
Alright, Operation Look for Kabi at the dock, parentheses, buy fishing line and rope.
I suppose this is as good a time as any to explain kind of the town mechanics I've put into place. So basically there's a set of locations that you guys can visit and investigate and talk to people and interact with things. And each of those is a day spent investigating and searching for your lost friends. And then each of those will be punctuated by time to talk to your party, talk to other people that you want to, or get something done if you'd like to on your own.
Okay.
So basically the locations are the fishing harbor, the shipping docks, the Cathedral of the Sea Mother, the sermon, which you guys did yesterday, the Lazy Guppy Inn and Tavern, the residential district, and the Market Square. So you guys were headed to the fishing harbor, I believe.
Yes, indeedy.
All right. Yeah, you guys walk through town and find yourselves out at the fishing harbor. You see a bunch of boats everywhere, people unloading just huge nets of fish. It looks like a lot of them are squirming and biting at the ropes and each other. See Kotor trying to bat at them to stop them from eating each other.
Dang.
You see people loading equipment onto their boats and leaving the harbor. It's a bustling place. Today's a work day.
Okay. Where did we leave our boat?
Great question.
Yeah, it wasn't far from here. I suppose go ahead and give me investigation or perception checks.
Ooh, I love a perception.
That's a 10.
That's a 23, baby.
Damn, a 23. Okay, yeah, Alor, as you look around, you don't notice the boat. You're kind of you've been in the city for a day now, and it's reasonably been a little fishy the whole time, but it is just punching you in the face right now, this fish smell. It's better than
Fishy morning.
Yeah, it's better than the rotten crate of fish that Stool ate, but
Oh, yeah.
it's stronger but
Is
less
there
offensive.
is there any rotten fish around though?
Looking around, you see one guy has he shows a net that has some nasty fish in it. Looks like he maybe got stranded. and he is being told to go bring that, to go dump that by a union officer. I don't know.
Hell yeah. I know where we're going later, Stool.
Alright.
Alright.
You love to see a union worker doing his job.
But Yibs, you look around and you see the dock where you guys had been parked. You remembered like the lane number and everything, what color the signs in the parking lot were.
Alright guys, the meter spit out this ticket, so as long as we can find this lot number, we should find our boat.
You go over there and there is no boat.
Fuck! I knew Donald Lot was the bad choice. We should have gotten Mickey Lot. Okay, do you know where the coordinator is? Do you know who we can talk to about this? Shushar
No.
Alor? God damn it.
Shushar is at the cathedral.
Oh wait, no, Shushar's
Ron's
gone.
with us.
Ront. God damn.
And Stool.
Stool? You wouldn't happen to know where the guy is, would you?
No, the Neverlight Grove is landlocked.
Damn, you probably still have parking lots, though, right?
I don't think so.
Well, where do you park?
I don't think we do.
You're just gonna look at Stool quizzically.
I think we just walk around.
Walkable cities, huh?
Revolutionary.
Only in make-believe.
Only in make-believe. Okay. You're just gonna look around for somebody with an air of authority.
Yeah, as you guys kind of walk around the fishing docks, you see a shack or a booth with an attendant that's it has a big sign with something written on it in another language.
What do you think that says? Can I try to read it?
Looking at it, it is in Quotoa.
Quotoa. Is that derivative of Elvish?
Oh, now that I think about it, after the first age, some elves went to
Yeah.
go live at the beach and turned into fish.
I knew it.
Wait,
Don't
hold on.
ever...
Cracked it.
What I get for confiding in one of my players some information.
I'm kidding.
Kuatoa actually roughly translates out to beach elf.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna point over to Yibs. And I think that's the information booth.
Probably. Yibs will walk over.
Yeah, you go over, you see that there is a, big Quotoa in there. It looks kind of old. He's like,
Have you got any fish to weigh in at
No, I'm looking for a boat.
boat? What happened to your boat?
Yeah. What do you do with boats that don't pay their boat fee?
If boat doesn't pay their fee, usually it gets dismantled and we use it for infrastructure.
No! I'm just gonna look over to Lore. He's grabbed our boat.
Okay, so do we know that happened to our boat specifically?
I guess not, but
Because all we know is Cobby went to pay, and then we all left.
Yibs is gonna take out a piece of water-soaked paper and start to write on it with his mechanical pencil. He'll draw up, "Do you know this Cobby?" and show it to the guy. Have you seen him? Did he try and pay for boat fee?
Little kobold.
you see
I'm impressed that you could tell that. Yibs is gonna get a bit of ego.
I guess give me like a, what would that even be?
Sleight of hand?
I guess.
It's certainly not use rope. Alright, let's see. That's a 10. How accurate? I got a 10 out of Cobby.
Yeah. Little dog thing got the horns, scaly.
Yeah. He's like a little dragon.
Yeah. Saw one of them hurrying around yesterday. I think he got stopped by one of the missionaries. Talked to him and they walked off.
Missionaries?
Oh,
Of which church?
Yeah, the Dark Rose own sigil. Might have been a Deep Father thing. They come around and they try to talk to, I think, Paul, the working people. Tell them that they can have better lives if their fates are changed.
Yibs is gonna narrow his eyes. So they officially have 3 of our people.
I guess. Shit.
But,
You got a boat repoed?
Yeah, it was real pretty and real ramshackle. It was like a Frankenstein, that thing, which is a reference I know.
Keeps a copy of the book with him everywhere he goes. It's wet now, but
Mary Shelley's his favorite author.
he has a puddle of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley in his bag. You see he reaches up. He's got like a big hook for a hand on one of his hands. He's like scratches the top of his head. He's like,
Yeah, no, I remember that boat. Yeah, got taken not too long ago. I think, yeah, 'cause you got about a day before you gotta pay it when you pull in, and then we fine you for every hour, and then we repo it. No charge for the repo. The city is paid in materials. So I suppose you lucked out,
Well, that's kind.
in a way.
Damn. And you're sure you repoed it already?
Yeah, I will remember the boat. Old model. Had pushing sticks. It doesn't make any sense, really. It's completely impractical.
Hey man, you seem to be only good at tearing down other people's dreams, not building them up. Maybe back off about my pushing sticks.
It doesn't make... How do you go upstream in a pushing stick boat?
Alor, we're done here.
Alright, Yibs. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.
Alright, so Cobby got taken too.
Yup, damn it.
I don't know that he got... It doesn't sound like he got kidnapped.
He got stopped.
Right.
But he wouldn't go with them willingly.
I mean, it sounds like that's their whole job over here, is to talk to people whose lives suck ass.
Maybe they convinced Cobby to go with them.
He did like to talk about how much his life sucked.
Yeah, poor guy.
Wish you would have paid for the boat, though. I think one of you gave him gold for that.
You did, Gibbs.
Yeah.
Damn, we gotta find Cobby. He owes you 1 gold.
And we gotta find a boat.
I'm more concerned about other things.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way out of here.
Yeah. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. Alright, it should be okay though. As long as we find him. They probably wouldn't hurt him. He's too tiny.
Okay. Let's, should we go get our net and rope?
Great idea.
yeah, as you guys look around the fishing harbor some more, you see another shop that's got like nets and looks like big, like essentially like whaling spears and yeah, like just like rope and different fishing gear on display. But as you guys make your way over there, a small Quotoa comes and approaches you guys wearing a dark robe, no hood or anything.
Hello, hi. Sorry, may I speak to you for a second? I have a proposition for you.
Gibbs will look over at Alor.
Proposition from who? You?
From the Deep Father himself.
And
All right.
what would the Deep Father want with me and the rest?
Well, he wants to change your fate, give you a better life. The fishing life is tough. The Dark Lake is very dangerous. There's a bandit lord trying to kill people. There's dangerous
Not
sea
anymore.
What do you mean not
He's
anymore?
gonna elbow Alor in the side.
I mean, don't you think it's about time people around here start hearing what's up, Yibs?
No. What do you mean?
Well, I say Allura's gonna nudge him. This guy knows what's up. I think we should go talk to this guy.
You mean the Deep Father?
This guy.
Hi.
Yeah, he has... What's your name?
Sloobludop.
He's the Blabblebee.
Kuatoa is such a beautiful language.
You got a nickname?
Call me Blub, short for Sloobludop.
That's short for Sloobludop.
Yeah, I got that, buddy. Hey, how old is this kid?
How old is
Are
he?
you, kid?
Me, I'm 13 years old.
You're 13? How old are... Like, what is the Quotoa lifespan? Like, oh my god, do these guys have like eggs?
Yeah, we got eggs.
Well, yeah.
Are these guys like tadpoles?
They're fish.
Yeah, you remember Shushar saying that he and the Archpriest were from the same birthing pool.
What do you mean, that's normal. Goblins hatch out of eggs.
Listen, this is wild.
Yibs is just saying that. I have no idea if they actually do.
If the goblins have a birthing pool?
This is wild.
Yeah, if they have
It's just the pond.
It's just the pond.
Just the pond.
Yeah, one area in the pond is for having babies in, the other one is from like getting drinking water.
Yeah.
Goblins, yeah, they got resistance to getting sick.
That's right, we do. You just, every goblin cuts, their finger and drips it into the pond, and then the next day a new goblin arises from the
A
water.
new goblin.
Fully grown.
Well, I mean, fully grown in terms of a goblin is a year.
Sure.
Yeah. So, back to it. How old is Shushar?
Good question.
I don't think you asked, but it's 34.
Oh my god.
Hi, old. Ron, how old are you?
I'm 17.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, we reached maturity around 14.
Huh.
Damn. Hi, old.
How old are you, Yibs?
Gibbs is gonna push out all of his fingers.
Yeah.
I'm 13, Manny.
Hey, you guys are the same age.
Yeah, you see Sloobludop holds out his fist for a fist bump.
Yo, wait, do we have any classes together? I'm gonna fist bump him back.
You guys will have so much to talk about the Deep Father about.
Yeah, we can if you want to join up.
A pat Yibs on the back and...
Shit, alright, yeah. Are you taking AP colors and shapes too?
How old is 13 for goblins? You guys reach maturity at 1, go to kindergarten at 13.
From 1 to 13, it's just working in the mines.
In the goblin mines, mining more goblins.
We have to find them. They're trapped in there.
Just...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to hear more about this Deep Father.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere where we can talk?
Do you happen to have a second location?
A second location? No, I don't know
Or
about
secondary
that.
location.
They give me these, and they say that if you pray to them, then the Deep Father will change your fate.
You see, he hands you each a little bone Y.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
Where do they-
all I have to do is pray to this?
Yeah, tonight.
Okay. And what'll happen?
Then he'll change your fate. He'll hear your prayers, and he'll answer them.
Oh.
And have you prayed to the Deep Father?
Oh,
And
yeah.
has he changed your fate?
Yeah. 3 months ago, Archpriestess Bloplopod told me that I was gonna die in 4 days of sepsis. And then...
No! You don't mean it, Blob. What have you been up to, my dog? And look at you now, alive and well.
Exactly. She gave me one of these, and I prayed to the Deep Father, and then I was cured.
Damn, you dude.
He was so close to dying of it.
Yeah, man, I was about to die of mono.
And I was
This 13-year-old boy. Man, street's rough out here.
Yeah, I worked around here. I was the one who pulled all the hooks out of the fish at the weigh-in booth.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
So they're like, are you just on the team now, or are they paying you?
Oh, I mean, I'm not paid, but everything's provided for me.
Like food and lodgings and all that? That's provided?
Yeah.
Where do you stay?
I got a place out in the residential district that I get to sleep in.
Huh. Is that like a common thing? Like, I don't have a place in this town either. You wouldn't happen to have a place to hook me up.
You come stay at mine if you want. Have a sleepover.
Only if I can copy out your homework, dude.
Yeah, yours looks a little wet.
Yeah, man, my eelhound took a bite of it.
Yeah, I don't really know if that's common. I suppose I haven't met too many other people from the church, but I mean, I could know 2 more.
I like how you say 2 more.
He doesn't know anyone from the church. How? So they just set you up with a house and gave you a bunch of these?
Yeah, give me a bunch of these, and I give them to you folks.
Okay, never mind. You know what? Thank you for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, hey, thanks.
I think we should go and pray on it, Yibs.
Not a bad idea. Hey, can I get one for me and my brother here? And then point at Ron.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Hands one to Ron, too.
You were like, I could know 2 more people from the church, implying me and Alor, but Ron is just sitting here completely silent.
I'm sorry, he
Oh,
he must have been
can
so
you-
far gone already. To die in 4 days.
Ron's been fucked up about that.
Wash your hands.
Seems real simple to you, buddy.
Can Stool have one?
Oh, yeah, hi.
You can have one of these. You see, puts it on top of stool.
And then I'm gonna put it in Stool's little pile of things he's made on the side. One of the pockets on the side has Stool's stuff that he doesn't want to get wet. And I put it with his stuff that's important.
You have a Ziploc bag for him.
Stool's key items.
Alright, this was great. You guys have a good rest of your day.
You see a Sloobludop bean
I watch him walk around and talk
wanders
to people
off.
for a minute.
Talks to like a fisherman who just got off a boat. You see he's like Tiny just pushes him over and keeps walking. Gets back up and scrambles off to go talk to someone else.
Yibs makes no motion to go
Alright,
help.
next time, I honestly think, do you think we should weasel around that residential district?
I was thinking about that, yeah, too. Although, like, I thought it might have been like a hold up in the bottom of a church kind of thing like we've got going on. But if they're just giving them apartments, then that must mean that some kind of like property owner in the residential district is maybe on their side.
Yeah. Alright. You said each of these is a day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'd have to go back to the church before we really can... We can plan to go somewhere, but we can't go today.
Right.
Okay. Alright. I guess we can also see what everyone comes back with, too.
Yeah, they'll have information.
Yeah, you
That's-
guys make your way back to the
Oh.
church.
We
Wait,
get our rope.
wait, hold on.
and
Oh,
We
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
get
yeah.
our rope first.
We gotta go shopping first.
You guys go over to the fish and tackle shop. You see, another Quotoa. I suppose I should dictate. The Quotoa are, what's it called when animals look different if their sexes are different?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, like biological variants?
I guess something like that. But Quotoas are that. You see that the males are this like light purple shade, and the females are this like pale green.
Neat.
This large green Quotoa is working the counter.
What can I get you folks?
I could... Some rope?
Rope, certainly.
Yeah. That's all I need from here, I think.
Alright, easy enough. How much you looking for?
Probably 50 feet.
50 feet? Okay, that's easy. It's easy cut. Yeah, call that? That's like 6 gold.
6 gold in this economy.
Am I like totally skewed? Everything has a GP value.
Well, it's
Gibbs,
fucked up
didn't you
because,
give
like,
them like 6 gold?
Whoa, I'm way.
Yeah, I gave them like 6 gold.
I'm way overcharging you guys. On the character sheet it says it cost 1 gold for 50 feet of hempen rope. That's
Damn,
1
this
gold.
guy's
No.
600%
All right, 1 gold.
Sorry, I was looking at something else.
You're looking for 250 feet of hempen rope.
Yeah, my mistake. They're right next to each other on the register, on the catalog.
You know what? I'll make it. I'll take 2.
Whoa, big spender! All right, hands you 100 feet of hempen rope.
Everyone keeps taking my fucking rope.
Yeah, you see, I guess it's less. It's not hempen rope. It's like kelpin rope. It's made of like sea plants.
Damn. Gibbs immediately starts shifting his hand over towards Alor's hempen rope.
Hold it above your head. No. Put it in not my bag. In my bag.
All right, what'll it be for the rest of you?
Can I get 50 feet of fishing line? Strong stuff?
Fishing line, certainly. Hands you that. It's also a gold.
Flick of a gold. Could I get big net? You happen to have a big net?
Oh, big nets. We got big nets. What are you trying to catch?
Something about as big as my brother here. And I'm gonna point it wrong.
Oh, wow. No kidding. Okay, yeah, certainly. That is
Big
how many?
net.
How many are you looking to get?
It depends on the price. 1 to 2 if it's cheap.
1 gold for a net.
I'll take 2.
All right, here you are. Hands you 2
I clink
like balled up nets.
3 gold on the table, and then give him a half a gold for a tip.
Thank
Break
you
it
very
in half.
much. This is useless. I melt it down. I guess it's still gold,
Yeah, come on.
shapeless into a filling.
If I gave somebody half of a $5 bill as a tip, I think they would be well within their rights to shoot me.
They could kill me legally.
Yeah, and I would understand. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you folk have a good one. You see, she goes back
Hey,
to
yeah, you
helping
can-
other people. This place is bustling.
Hey, all right.
All right. Yeah.
Happy to see.
Let's head back and see if anyone else was luckier than us.
Let's.
Yeah, you guys go. You get back to the church. It's getting a little late in the day, though. There's still. I think it's still probably very foreign that there's no signs of that. Everything is the same. Like, same lighting, same atmosphere. You just feel tired about it.
Yeah, fair.
You guys get back and see that everyone has returned that you sent out this morning.
All right. Everyone survived at the very least.
Hell yeah. All right. Sarah, how'd it go?
It went good. I bought a handful of daggers and a couple of bags of caltrops. You see, he'll put those on a nightstand. Say there's like 3 daggers and some 2 bags of caltrops.
Sarah, you did lovely.
Oh, I found these also. And it is, you see, he puts down 3 arrows.
Anything fun about them?
They're poison. They're not drow poison. They're some kind of eel poison. I saw poison and I bought them.
All right. Eel poison arrows?
Some kind. The guy said that if you hit something, there's a chance that they could be paralyzed for some amount of time. There was a long line and people were looking at me.
Word.
All right. I put poison arrows in my inventory.
Yes, but these are some kind of paralytic fish arrows. We'll just call them Quotoa poison arrows. Essentially,
Oh yeah.
same rolls you'd make for drow arrows, except it
give someone the stunned condition until they can roll a high enough constitution to snap out of it. So they're not quite as good as drow arrows. It doesn't take them out, but it can stun them until they're able to get out of it. And you have 3 of those.
All right, cool. Alor, that's all you.
All right.
And let's see.
And daggers and caltrops, that's all you.
Thank you. He's gonna put the caltrops in his pocket and then immediately regret putting the caltrops in his pocket.
Can't get to my damn keys. My hands keep getting hurt.
It's a trap for would-be pickpockets.
Gotta teach him a lesson young.
Yeah. I like would-be child pickpockets
Yeah.
only.
I'd kill an
we all
adult
learn
one.
young.
I would kill an adult.
Jim Jar, how'd it go?
It went well. I wasn't spotted, but I'll say I don't believe that it was any archpriestess out there. I believe it was a male, purple Quotoa, given the sermon. And he wasn't reading anyone's fates like you said they were doing yesterday.
Okay.
I think you must have
But
scared her underground for the time being.
Probably. What were they just reading preachings?
They were essentially making promises of being able to change people's fates. They were handing out little carvings to pray to. And if you did that, allegedly, the Deep Father would find you and change your fate.
We got a couple of those, and Alor's gonna pull hers out of her pocket.
Oh,
Knickknacks.
yes. Say, Alor, you have 2 on you. Yibs, you have 2 on you, and Ron has 1.
We got a bunch.
Yeah, I hand one to Jim Jar to look at.
Interesting. All right, do you think we should pray to it?
I had the thought. I'm not really particular to any specific gods, so I don't know if it'd work. I mean, supposedly, my fate was already bad, so I don't know how he'd help me.
Right, it sounds like yours has been
he's the one who
changed
said
already.
the fate.
That's true. They could make things up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all I found
'Cause-
today, really.
Because I don't... Also, what if, Copy had one of these and prayed to it, and that's how they took him?
That would make sense.
Yeah, because he was stopped. He may have taken one.
So, do you think these could be dangerous?
Is there any kind of, magic sigils or anything on this?
Oh yeah, good question.
You don't see any... I suppose give me investigation checks. I'll say with advantage. You guys have a crowd here with you.
And a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
That's a 14
13.
and a dirty 20.
20.
And a dirty 18.
With a 20 and an 18, yeah, as you guys look at them, you don't see any sigils or runes carved into it. You see that it is just a bone that has been carved into a rough Y shape. But you guys see that there seems to be around the kind of stem of the Y. Looks like it has been broken and then readhered.
Should I break it again? If I broke it.
I am thinking about just breaking some of these, yeah.
Tries to snap it in half.
Crack it like a wishbone.
Crack it like a wishbone.
Yeah, you gonna break it with anyone?
Yibs.
Gibbs holds one hand out.
Oh, wait.
Each of you guys roll me a luck check.
Oh, boy. Is this a good idea, Yibs?
I got a 2.
I got a 12.
Alor, you get the bigger piece. Yibs, you get the smaller one, but you see that Yibs out of the broken part, a tiny little something falls out onto the ground.
Gibbs scrambles to pick it up. Like if you dropped a lotto ticket in a horse betting arena.
Looking at it, it looks to be a green Quotoa scale.
Oh, wait. Gibbs is gonna take another one of these things and crack it open.
Another green Quotoa scale.
Alor. This is gonna be highly advanced Yibsing. Does it happen to, in the boy's opinion, resemble the scales of the Archpriestess.
They do look like a match.
She's putting herself in these trinkets.
Both of you give me Arcana checks.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
That's a 19.
I should never say I'm good at anything. That's a 5. Like, I can say, oh, I'm bad at those, and the roll will still be up to chance. But if I say I'm good at it, automatically dog shit. No matter
Automatically bad.
Yeah, you're trying to think about what this could mean, that she's put a bit of herself into it. Alor, you have thought about this a lot. As a runaway, one of your biggest fears was the scrying spell. And normally how that operates is because I'll say one of our little house rules, you can't just scry on someone out of the blue. You have to have like hair or blood or just a piece of them. Because I think as written, you can just picture the person and then do it. This seems a little OP.
I love it.
Yeah, you think... Yeah, normally you would need a piece of them to scry on the person. You're thinking that this is somehow working in inverse to that. That they're using pieces of her to scry through her.
Okay, so they're still seeing you? Or do you see her?
I think they say the Deep Father will come to you, and so maybe they use that as some sort of... They use that as a projection of the Deep Father, and try to trick people into thinking it's real. Convince them to come join their side. They'll give them a place to sleep. All they have to do is give out these tokens and tell everyone how great the Deep Father is.
So that means then if you
What?
sleep with it and pray to it, then they can see you?
That sounds right, but I suppose that leads me to what I found today.
Let's see it.
He motions to you guys to follow me.
Alright.
So,
Gibbs is trotting along.
Yeah, as he leads you guys up into the main cathedral, he's like,
now, this place is, immune to scrying and everything, especially since the, emergence of this cult. So, luckily they can't, even though I think what you guys figured out sounds right, I don't think they'd be able to see us anyways because of the barriers that I've been helping put up.
Okay.
you see these guys into the cathedrals, and you had seen all of those, pieces of paper with sigils written on them, those barriers, all over the walls.
Yeah.
So these prevent, their interference mentally, because I don't think they're going to come here physically. I think that'd be too obvious what they're doing, but look up there. You see he points up into one of the corners, and you see that there's ash on the wall where some of these barriers have been placed. I think something's happening to them. I'm going to try to replace those as soon as possible, but I was here all day and nobody came in and attacked the barriers.
Interesting.
Do you think that something... Because there has to be a reason why they want just so many people praying to this Deep Father and just handing out this sigil, and they're just letting them hang out?
Right. I don't know what it could be, because, the idea of congregation is to worship a god, and, you want as many people as possible. It strengthens your god. It's where the archpriest and his son get their abilities from. It's where you get yours from, Yibs.
Gibbs will give a thumbs up and a nod.
So it could be a means to accelerate that, I suppose.
And this Deep Father's a new thing. They need as much as they can get.
Right. This is very concerning.
I have an idea. Is Plooplepine here?
He may be sleeping now, but he should be here. I can go get him if you'd like.
If he's sleeping, I don't want to be rude, but it would be helpful to have him around.
I can go get him. I believe he would find this more important than a little bit of beauty sleep.
Gibbs will give a thumbs up.
Shushar will hustle off to go get him, and it's just you two.
Now, tricky things that we have a bunch of these now, and they're all presumably the same.
Yeah, I think we should get them all together, put them in. Just keep them somewhere we can keep an eye on them. These guys are going through a lot right now. I don't want any of them, I don't know, making a stupid call and trying to pray to this thing.
Well, I'm all for that idea, but also I think we should look around and try to ask people and see if any of our group has one of these, just offhand. Because
Yeah, I don't want these around really, but apparently if this place is immune to scrying, but
yeah, I've never even heard of that. That's cool.
looking up at the burned sigils.
At least lightly immune to scrying, yeah.
Yeah, what's...
Um,
do you think they're getting stronger?
they're probably getting stronger, and they've probably expedited their plan, because, I mean, the tussle with us wasn't like, we didn't like almost take down the operation or anything, right? But
it
they
was
know
a
that
scare.
someone's onto them. Yeah, so they're probably ramping things up.
Do we have to get in there before... I don't know what they're gonna do with Topsy or Turvy, but like, if they're gonna use him as a weapon...
Yeah. Well, they took Topsy and Turvy, and I don't know if they took Kabi. We'll run around the residential district and see if
What
dude
if
just settled down
I was
with
gonna
his own
say, we
apartment.
can check around and see if Kabi's peddling these, I guess.
Yeah.
I hope he's alright, but I hope if he prayed to it, he's just off somewhere where he has a nice bed.
Yeah. Kabi got one of these and is now renting a studio loft.
Yeah, he's sharing it with that other guy.
That other 13-year-old. I actually don't know how old Kabi is. We could maybe just make an entire apartment, like New York studio apartment, with just like 13-year-old weirdos.
Kabi is also 17.
Oh.
What? Damn. Okay, no, he can be like the older, wiser figure of the group. There's a sitcom in this.
God, that's crazy. Because there's not even like a lot of teens in the cast. You guys just keep asking and finding them specifically.
I know. Oh, Seth, light question for you.
Yeah.
If I were to use locate object, right? It is locate an object that you are familiar with, or the closest object of like a type. So like the closest diamond necklace or whatever, right?
Right.
Would I be able to locate the nearest Deep Father charm if I wanted to?
Yeah. I
Or
think
are
so.
they all like different things?
No, I think that works. I think you could do that.
Okay, then I'll look over at Alor and be like, I could probably pick these out in a crowd now. If I needed to like find someone who had one, I could probably like pick one out.
Alright, that's good. So that... okay.
I just want to...
From here,
Hoopla
what's the move gonna be? We know that they're immersing a massive crowd.
Okay, well, let's think. If they're degrading the barriers on this place, then that means they want to scry into here. They cannot scry into here because of these barriers, but they want to see in here. Why? Archpriest Plooplepine and his son, perhaps? They want to get into their heads? The problem is, I don't think scrying is all. Because she can look into, like, look at you from wherever using these little weird totems. But that doesn't influence you necessarily.
No. And there isn't any way she's influencing through the scrying, right?
Well, that's what I'm worried about, because I think maybe, because I don't know why else she would want to scry into the church. Because, like,
Right.
it's not like she doesn't know that her dad is just, like, sitting here. So if she can exert some kind of control after you've prayed and she sees you, that's kind of how...
I mean,
That's kind of how
we
priests
saw
work.
her and she didn't exert control over us.
No, but like, I don't know, it's... I read about it when I was looking up some kind of like Mara thing. Isn't it usually like, if you and the god both kind of recognize each other as a presence, then you start something? Like a cleric has to pray to a god and the god has to like notice that the cleric is praying to him?
I'm not sure.
I think that's how that works. Because it can't be one-sided.
Yeah, as you guys talk, Shushar and Pluplupine both find their way into the main cathedral.
Ah, you guys are back. Excellent. Shushar said you had something to talk about.
Yeah. Good news and bad news. Bad news, they took one of our friends. Maybe. One of our friends is nebulously with them, quote-unquote.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, with the list grows. Good news, and Yibs will take one of these little, one of these totems. So we've snapped 2. We still have 3 unsnapped, plus the one from the other day, so we still have 4.
Oh, and I counted that in year 2.
Oh, okay, cool. Then we only have 2 left.
3.
Yes, we have 3 left. Yibs will look over at him and pull one out. You've seen these around, right?
I haven't, but I haven't been leaving the church.
These are idols given out by followers of the Deep Father. They say if you pray to them at night, then it'll change your fortune.
I see.
We just so happened to make a lovely discovery while, somebody got a bigger part of the wishbone. And Yibs will look at Alor.
Yeah, you can
Wait.
try again.
Alor, what did you wish for? Or can you not say?
Can't say.
Birthday rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yibs will grab another one and show it to the archpriest, Ploop, then snap it and pull out the scale from inside. Look what's in each and every one.
You see he examines it.
It's my daughter's.
I was right. That's bad, right? That's bad. She's using that to, control people. We think maybe scrying.
It's very bad. Scrying would make sense, though it's certainly twisting it around from its convention. But I don't believe, at least I have no knowledge of how to do anything other than look at someone through scrying to find out where they are.
Yibs is gonna lean in.
But knowing that they're using these to look at people is good information. Excellent work.
You see the scale incinerates in his hand. This watery energy burns it away.
Whoa. Hold on. But what if she can use pieces of her life force or her life essence or her body, to scry at other people, and that's the reverse of what scrying usually does. And Yibs is gonna pull out another scale. Can we scry on her back? We have part of her. You, a decently strong cleric, we should be able to see her, right? We have physical material.
You see he nods and dusts off his hands.
Yes, that would work. Next generation of clerics teaching the last.
You see he ruffles your head skin.
Yibs is gonna, stick his tongue out of the side of his mouth like an old Sunday morning cartoon strip and rub his hands together in a kind of Dennis the Menace-esque,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Alright, let's get to work. And Yibs is gonna collect. Should I snap all of these scales out? You gonna need them?
It should be easier if we have more, yes.
You see he casts mending on the ash on his hands and it goes back to the scale.
Yibs is gonna hold one out. Alor, wishbone.
Alright.
Give me a luck roll each.
Only an 8.
13.
Alright, Yibs, you get the bigger piece this time.
As soon as it snaps, Yibs goes, I wish for ultimate power.
I look around.
He said it out loud, it's not gonna come true.
Birthday
Fuck.
rules.
Birthday rules. Put too much faith in you.
A cleric without knowledge of birthday rules.
So, let the 4 of us prepare for this.
You see Shushar takes essentially a chalk pencil and draws a circle on the floor with 4 smaller circles at each quarter and puts the scales in the middle.
Okay, now if each of us sits in one of these, we should all be able to share in the scrying.
Okay.
Alright. Yibs is so jazzed that this is working. He's holding his Mara.
He's bouncing up and down holding his Mara.
Yeah.
Alright. Now, yes, each of you sit on one of the circles, cross-legged, reach out,
Alright.
Everyone hold hands.
Okay. Everyone get into circle. Who's here?
It's you two and the two Quotellas.
Alright. Come on, guys.
Gibbs is gonna very excitedly reach out, but like really have to stretch his arms.
Alright.
You see Shuchar starts chanting something, and the three scales they also alight with this blue watery energy, but you see that they start to burn like very slowly.
Okay, everyone close your eyes.
Done.
So, alright.
And as soon as everyone's eyes are closed, you see through a different perspective. You see that whoever you are inhabiting is walking through a dark hallway. It looks to be made of stone. And as they approach a room, they knock on this Zerk wood door. And you hear, "Come in, come in." As they open the door, you see Turvey sitting on a small bed. Looks like he has a change of clothes. He had on some like pretty raggedy dressings when you were with him, but it looks like he's been given proper clothes. It's like, "Oh, Miss Bloplopod, how are you?"
Sure. Oh, I'm good. And how are you, young Turvey?
I'm okay. You said I'd get to talk to Topsy again soon?
Yes. She's here. We're just getting her cleaned up as we did to you, making sure that she is comfortable.
Oh, okay, thank you. The rest of the people who I was with, are they okay?
We haven't seen them. Your sister came looking for you. It seems that the others have moved on, I'm afraid.
Oh, I guess I don't blame them. The last time I saw any of them,
I know. And it's okay. We are not so willing to turn you away, my son. Through the Deep Father, we will be able to fix this.
You see she sits next to him and like puts a hand on his shoulder and like kind of brings him in for a side hug. And you guys are back in the temple. The scales have completely burned away.
That bastard.
They're both safe, or they're both alive, and at least we see that he's safe.
Yeah. You're right. That is good. Damn, though.
Yeah.
Okay. That was good. That was useful. I wonder... So she's trying to turn him against us. She clearly needs him for something. Did we get any look at, like, the kind of room, or, like, the general architecture or vibe of the place?
It was, fairly comfortable. Like, it was, I guess, kind of hotel room-esque. Like, nothing personal on the walls. It was mostly just a room with, like, a bed and, like, a place, like, a desk and a place to put your things. But it seemed, like, more comfortable than where you guys are staying currently. But no windows.
Okay. And nothing about the wood seemed like necessarily...
It was Zerk wood.
Yeah.
Zerk wood.
Kind of just, the wood equivalent down here.
Who up Zerkin they wood right now?
Shout out.
I don't know what because I can't imagine they're spending so much time catering to each individual person they bring through. That's too much time.
They need something from him.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, but what would he have to offer?
Gibbs, do you think... Yeah.
His condition?
Yeah, I think we've told you, or we...
Yes, the lycanthropy.
Could it be that?
Perhaps. I'm conditioning him to be some kind of enforcer, but he'd only be useful about once a month, unless you're able to hone that ability. But even so, the timetable on that is unpredictable at the least, and extraneous at the most.
Maybe she wants to become one? Or just give that to more people?
Maybe. I suppose that would probably change people's fates, becoming lycanthropes.
Yeah.
The fate changing thing. Like, what's the end game there, you know?
I mean, they're not telling you you're gonna get your ideal outcome. Your fate's just gonna be changed.
Yeah, but like, you change your fate. Does that mean now you have to serve the Deep Father? Because otherwise it could change back?
It could be they just I don't know, maybe their plan is to bring people there and then give them like camptherapy and send them off and say, hey, there you go, your fate's changed. They're crazy,
And
man.
Just it seems like why? What do they get off of fulfilling their promise by a technicality? I mean, unless they were, I don't know, maybe they were forming some kind of pact, I suppose.
You know, all of those people had the same kind of magic.
Yeah, they did.
Perhaps a pact is not so ridiculous then.
Nah.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. Okay, well, in any case, I think we did pretty good with this whole scrying thing. We'll need to grab more of these little trinkets later. If we can find any more, then maybe we can do another scry. Until then, if anybody finds her, if anybody sees her out and about, we need to try and do something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I suppose it may be tough to talk him into it. He's quite furious, but I realize I already promised you this, and he didn't show today. He was out looking on his own. But my son, Googlegog, I think he'll be able to help you capture her, because I think best case is we question her. Maybe some kind of zone of truth or something.
You're just gonna
Get
point
her
to them.
here?
I have that.
Right. If we can hold her here, they can't scry and find her, though I suppose that would only be one place also.
These
Right.
wards, do they only protect against scrying, or is it if they try to teleport, would they be able to get in here?
No, they would not. It protects from most, I mean, not all magic use, you know. It protects against aggression, because, I mean, magic is so much intent. So if someone were trying to, you know, scry in, teleport in, it's essentially a ward that keeps the church safe.
Okay, cool. Then that means if we do get her here, then what's his face, the Black Bird, he can't teleport in.
And we can post guards up to make sure he doesn't get in that way either.
Exactly. Okay, we might have something. We gotta find her out and about. We'll check out the
Well-
marketplace. No, we'll check out the residential district.
We kind of ruined a lot of our chances for getting her out and about right now. She's with
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Turvy right now. She's with Turvy.
Yeah,
At least he's okay. But
it's true.
we don't know where they're keeping him.
Yeah. In in that scry, we looked. Ooh, this is good. We looked at Turvy in that scry, right? We saw
Right.
like a table, we saw like a desk, but he was wearing new clothes, right?
Right.
Was there anything on him distinguishable? Was he wearing like a brooch or a ring or like something specific?
It looked to just be
Or
like new, like common clothes, like just a shirt and pants.
oh, but there wasn't like anything unique in there. I'm wondering if there was something in that vision, something like, you know, something that you don't see everywhere around, then I could locate the object and see what the closest one would be and just start pinging it around.
I'll get back to you, but maybe if she took anything, I'll investigate her room to see if she would have taken anything of hers with her that you may be able to search for.
Oh, great idea. Yeah, if she had something specific. All right, cool. And you, as a cleric, probably have some, as a stronger cleric, probably have some kind of like locate. I don't know what's stronger than do you have locate person?
I do not, unfortunately.
Damn. Okay, well, I guess that would have been something that came up earlier. All right, well, I think we still did pretty good throwing Gunther.
Yes, but you bunch get your rest, and I'll send you out with Glugagog tomorrow. He should, at the very least, help prevent you from getting into any scraps. Though I suppose if you're planning on going into any territory where you don't want to be recognized as agents of the church, maybe harder to go with him.
Yeah. And we're also pretty conspicuous.
I guess that defeats the purpose. That's why I'm not coming with you. That's why Shushar's not either.
Gotcha.
I didn't think about that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, I guess we can send somebody tomorrow to do the residential district run. I don't know whose team that'll be, but we can look for Kabi there, see if we can find any more of these little trinkets, then keep on the lookout to find the Archpriestess, try scrying again and see if we get any more clues, and start preparing a location that we can trap Blackbird in.
Alright, that sounds like a plan. We'll start out tomorrow.
And that is where we will go ahead and end our session tonight.
Alright.
Nice job, team.
Good work, everybody.
Absolutely.
You guys are doing, again, way better than I thought you'd be. Like, you guys already learned a lot more than I thought you should have by now. Good for you guys. But yeah, that's what we got for you tonight. Go ahead and follow us on YouTube and Spotify at Dungeon Guild, and on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Dungeon Guild Pod. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, comment, rate, subscribe, upload, email, normal mail. Upload one of my podcasts for me. I'm really busy lately. Just got a lot on my plate.
If you donate enough to our YouTube super chat, you too will get an impressionist police sketch of you by Yibs.
It's our top tier on Patreon.
Of course, you will have to provide a brief physical description of yourself or mail in a photo.
We'll have to spend a week
Or
on a
mail
boat
in
with
a
you.
photo.
But yeah, that's it. See you next time. I almost said next week. That's not true. But see you when we see you.
See
Good
you
night.
tomorrow for the next
See you
episode.
tomorrow.
Bye.